Since Vatican Council II, the Catholic Church has witnessed a disturbing trend: the rise of subtle theological distortions that masquerade as spiritual renewal. These distortions are often wrapped in polished materials, endorsed by respected figures, and passed off as authentic Catholic teaching. But beneath the surface lies a dangerous departure from truth. One of the clearest examples is the Renew 2000 program, a series of leaders' manuals, faith-sharing booklets, and liturgy preparation handbooks promoted as tools for spiritual growth and community building. While its presentation appears faithful and well-intentioned, its content tells a different story. Let's begin with the foundation of the faith, the Creed. In 1998, St. Pope John Paul II issued Ad Tuendam Fidem, which reinforced the obligation of every Catholic to uphold the truths of the faith, as taught by the Magisterium. These truths are rooted in the Nicene Creed, a profession of faith that has united Catholics for centuries. It includes the belief in the Father Almighty, the virgin birth of Christ, his passion under Pontius Pilate, his descent to the dead, resurrection on the third day, ascension into heaven, and his return in glory to judge the living and the dead. These are not optional beliefs. They are non-negotiable pillars of Catholic doctrine. Yet the so-called act of faith, presented in Renew 2000 Leaders Manual 3, strips the creed of several essential truths. Authored not by Catholic theologians, but by ordained United Methodist ministers Sharon and Thomas Neufer-Emsweiler, this version omits key declarations such as the title Father, the Almighty, the virginity of Mary, Jesus' suffering under Pontius Pilate, his descent to the dead, his glorious second coming, the marks of the Church as one and apostolic. This diluted creed is not merely incomplete, it is misleading. By removing doctrinal precision, it reshapes the faith into something unrecognizable. But it doesn't stop there. Renew 2000's liturgy preparation handbooks promote a radical restructuring of authority within the Church. They propose that lay participants offer reflections and input that influence the priest's homily, effectively democratizing the role of the ordained minister and reducing his liturgical authority. This mirrors Protestant ecclesiology, not the sacramental theology of the Catholic Church. The irony is tragic. In an era when catechesis is weaker than ever, Catholics are being offered programs that undermine their understanding of the faith rather than strengthen it. This is not an accidental oversight. This is theological engineering. When people are no longer taught to affirm and defend the immutable truths of the Church, they become vulnerable to half-truths. And half-truths, especially when presented in emotionally compelling language, are often more dangerous than outright heresy. Why? Because they wear the disguise of orthodoxy. Catholics today must reclaim their spiritual inheritance. We must compare everything to the official magisterial teachings of the Church, not to emotional interpretations or cultural trends. Truth does not change. Doctrine cannot evolve to meet the demands of modern sensitivity. St. Paul warned us that false teachers would come, not with blatant lies, but with enticing messages that tickle the ears. This is exactly what we are seeing. It is not enough to be spiritual. It is not enough to use the name Catholic. We must hold fast to what the Church has always believed and taught, boldly, faithfully, and without compromise. Renew 2000 may appear modern, accessible, and ecumenical, but when it removes essential truths from the creed and undermines priestly authority, it ceases to be Catholic. Now is the time for faithful Catholics to wake up, to speak up, to defend the faith with clarity and charity. Because if we don't, who will?